Good morning, students. Today I am going to revise chapter number 2, Socialism in Europe and Russian Revolution from History. And today's topics are number 1 is the February Revolution in Petrograd. After February, October Revolution in 1917. What changed after October? The Civil War. Making a socialist society, Stalinism and collectivization. And last topic is the global influence of the Russian Revolution and the USSR. So, my dear student, as I told you about the First World War and the Russian Empire, in which the First World War began in 1914 between Central Powers like Germany, Austria and Turkey and France, Britain and Russia, and after joined by the Italy and Romania. And Tsar Nicholas II, without consulting Duma, had become a part of the war. And in this war, Russia suffered shocking defeats along with heavy casualties. Okay? And finally, the February Revolution in Petrograd started. In winter of 1917 made the condition very worse in the capital due to food shortage in workers' quarters. And workers started a protest against factory lockout with the strikes joined by women, and this event marked the International Women's Day. Okay? As well as cavalry and police was called to restrict demonstrators. Duma was again suspended and demonstrators ransacked police headquarters and raised slogans. Finally, cavalry refused to fire on demonstrators. Many regiments joined striking workers against the Tsar decision. Alright? And finally, Union or Soviet formed in all over the Russia, and a provincial government was formed and Constituent Assembly elected by universal adult suffrage, and finally monarchy was brought down in 1917. Okay. Next topic is after February. So my dear student, process for an elected government, restriction on public meetings and association lifted out. Finally, Lenin, who was the great leader of the Bolshevik party, returned from exile in 1917, and release of Lenin April thesis, and Bolshevik party renamed its party name Communist Party. Okay? So, within Bolsheviks, leaders differed on the issue of revolution. It means in Bolshevik party, the members of Bolshevik party had a different point of view for the revolution. That's why party divided into two groups, Bolshevik and Bolshevik, in which Bolshevik was open for all and Bolshevik is for intelligent, educated people according to the Bolshevik to run the country. And on the other hand, workers' movement began, trade union grew. Finally, seeing its power and influence reduced, provincial government took steps to reduce the power of Bolsheviks. And in rural areas, peasants, influenced by socialist revolutionaries, and seized the land of big landowners and agriculture farmers. And the peasants, totally influenced by the Lenin April thesis. Okay. After that, next one is October Revolution in 1917. So, my dear students, intense conflict between the provisional government and Bolshevik grew, and fearing setting up of dictatorship by provisional government, Lenin thought for an uprising, or Lenin thought for revolution against the provisional government. So, sacred plan of action was devised for seizing power of provisional government. Finally, the uprising began on 24 October 1917 with both the sides trying to capture more and more power. Finally, it ended with all Russian Congress of Soviet in Petrograd and approving the Bolshevik is the greatest party in all around the Russia, and finally Bolshevik in action. Okay, and after that, due to heavy fighting in other cities, Bolsheviks took hold of Moscow and Petrograd by December and show the party and their power in all over the Russia by Lenin. Next topic is what changed after October. So students, according to the Lenin thesis, private property was opposed, industries and banks were nationalized, and land was declared social property. These 3 points were the very important part of the Lenin thesis. Okay, so according to the ideology of Lenin, large houses partitioned as per family requirement, and old titles of aristocracy banned. Bolshevik party renamed as the Russian Communist Party. Okay, and Lenin dismissed the assembly after falling or after failing to make majority support in election to Constituent Assembly. And finally, Russia became one-party state. Student, here I want to clear that Lenin dismissed the Duma or parliament or assembly because of provisional government was failed to gain majority support in election. Okay, finally Russia became one party state. All right, and trade unions were kept under the supervision of Bolshevik party. It means whatever points of view and thoughts and activities done by the trade union, that all were under the supervision of Bolshevik. It means they are working under the supervision of Bolshevik party. Okay, and those who criticized Bolsheviks were punished by secret police Cheka, and Cheka police especially made by the Bolshevik party to check out the common people and their thoughts and ideas, and those who were talking and discussing against the Bolshevik party, he will be punished by the Cheka police according to the Bolshevik party. Finally, many Bolshevik followers became confused by the way the party functioned. Okay. After that, next topic is the Civil War. So students, land redistribution policy of Bolshevik created chaos and misunderstanding among the peasants and people, and every people wanted to gain more and more property and agricultural land. That's why they started fight with themselves and with other groups of the people. On the other hand, soldiers wished to return home to get land, and non-Bolsheviks, liberals, and supporters of autocracy gave tough time to Bolsheviks. Growth of socialism in Russia began to be feared by the French, the Americans, the British, and the Japanese. And Bolsheviks, with the support of non-Russian nationalists and jihadists, tried to consolidate power in all over the Russia. But confusion over Bolshevik policy began to spread also. And due to the civil war, after the civil war, Bolshevik won the support of people of the Russia and created Soviet Union or USSR in December 1922. Okay. Next topic is making a socialist society. Finally, centralized planning was introduced with the introduction of 5-year plans, and economic growth began with increased industrial production. Life of people was full of hardship with poor working conditions that time. So finally, schooling system was modified. Factory workers and peasants could also enter in universities now. Creches for factory workers' children were set up, and public health care was taken care of, and model living quarter were set up for the workers to improve their condition. Understood? After that, Stalinism and collectivization program. So, my dear students, after Lenin, Stalin was the great leader of the Bolshevik party, and he planned economy brought with its disaster. And one such disaster was collectivization of agriculture, which was the idea of Stalinism. And Russia faced acute shortage of food grains. Government proposed to fix prices, which the peasants refused to abide with it. Then Stalin targeted rich peasants and traders in rural areas who supposedly hold stock for getting high prices. Okay? And collective farming or kolkhoz was introduced, and state controlled large farms were established. But profit was shared among peasants. And many who resisted collectivization program were severely punished and deported and exiled from Russia. But students, collectivization showed no increase in production, and on the other hand, bad harvest led to severe famine in Soviet history. That's why criticism within the party increased, and many were forced to make for false confessions, and they faced torture and execution if they were talking or discussing about the wrong policy of Bolshevik party and their leader. Okay. Finally, the last topic of this chapter is the global influence of the Russian Revolution and the USSR. So, my dear students, though Bolsheviks were criticized the way they worked, but they were popular across the world, and communist parties began to be formed around the world, and many flocked to USSR to receive education in communist universities. Okay, and socialism received a global presence and admiration. All right. So, students, no doubt that USSR became a great power with developed industries and agriculture, but basic freedom for its people was totally absent. And development was carried out with repression, but socialist ideas were rethought around the world. So students, here your chapter number 2 is completed now. So listen my lecture very carefully, and anywhere if you have any doubt then consult me. Alright, thank you and have a nice day.